How's it going, my Comicchatauthority? We're here today with the creator, Benny. How you doing, Benny?
How you doing, brother? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing good, man. So tell us really quick. I know you do a lot of horror books. What's the inspiration behind some of your books?
When I was a kid, my dad used to torture me. I used to watch Exorcist and the Cannibal Holocaust when I was like 10 years old. So it kind of got ingrained in my brain that I like all that kind of stuff. I've always liked horror. I did, my favorite horror slasher has always been Jason. And I am a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft. I love him. And that's my inspiration, that I've always found that genre has a way bigger following. And you can be creative so much with that. Because with other things, like any other genre, sometimes it's like limited to what you can do. Like a children's book, you can't go past some certain stuff. Right. So this genre, you can do whatever you want. You can add whatever you want to it, and it'll be interesting or not interesting. That's why.
So how many books do you have out now? Is it 5 or 6?
Six.
And where can people get them?
They can go to it's called our fifth. I can't spell it. ARTHI. It's like arithmetic, but arithmetic. That's what it is. .com. And you go there, you can buy them. I have them all there. And it's been kind of hard for me to do print because all this pandemic shit, and you don't have a lot of money sometimes to do that stuff. And I do a lot of other stuff than just not comic books. I do music and I do all kinds of stuff. But you can go there, or they can directly talk to me if they want it, and go to my website and I'll get it printed and send it to them.
Okay. I know you're in a band. Have you put any of your band members in your comic books?
Oh yeah, my wife is the singer of the band, and she's in 4 of my comics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Main character or like in the background?
She's main character in a couple of them. Yeah, and one of the comics in Dark Daylight Day, she's one of the main characters. Yeah, she is. And then I'm writing a new one called The Rig, and she's the main character now.
Did you keep the names the same?
Yeah, it's her name. Yeah, it's her name. She's and my wife is a nurse, so she inspires a lot of things that I do, especially with that because of the way she helps people and stuff. So that's kind of her powers in the whole story, But that's what it is.
So far, are all 6 of your comic books connected in like the same universe?
All of them, yes. All of them. It starts out with a heavyweight Messiah, which is the one that Jesus comes to Earth to box people. He beats absolution into people. It's a great story. It's a great story. Yeah. And the promoter, like the Don King of the situation, is Judas.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a good comic book, man. It's really good.
All right. So do you go to Comic-Cons?
Not a lot. Honestly, I don't go. I don't want to sound rude. I just don't like to walk around so many people. I don't really like. It's not about the pandemic because it doesn't matter to me. It's just, personal bubble. It's just the way it is.
All right. When did you start making comic books?
I've been doing comic books since I was like in 5th grade.
Wow.
Years ago, yeah. And I did all these, cheesy. I would grab the white, the regular printer paper, and then fold it in half and staple it, and then do a whole comic book like that. Yeah, it was really cool.
So do you write it and draw it and do everything yourself, or do you have a team?
No. Most of the times I write it and I just pick I've drawn some of them, but for me, drawing in a comic book is kind of annoying. I like to do just one, like print or something like that. I have a lot of friends and a lot of people that I know that I work with to do my comics for me, and they work with me. And that's why some of the artwork you look is going to look kind of the same. It's because basically the same people. No team or anything, man. It's just me and an artist, and I color that, or they'll color it, and I do the lettering, I do everything else. I do the editing, and I do everything else.
Nice. Do you have a full-time job, or is comics your full-time job?
Oh, I'm ex-military, man. I got shot in Iraq, bro. So they pay me.
Oh, nice. Well, not nice, but thank you for serving.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm kidding. No, but yeah, that was my job. You know, I chose that shit. I graduated Tanker Hill September 9th of 2011. 2001.
Wow.
So 2 days before September 11th.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I graduated. Ah, shit, they're sending me over there.
Yeah.
I spent 2.5 years over there, man. I got wounded in Iraq, and I got shot in my leg, and I got stabbed in my back, and I broke both my ankles. Yeah, but no, they take care of me. So.
Well, that's good. Are you gonna put any of your experiences in a comic book form?
Dark Daylight Day is a very close experience to all the dreams and shit that I had before I had to take my medication. It's called in the comic book. It's called the Nothing, and it's something that brings out all your darkness from the inside. It either gives you powers or it corrupts you. So, and my main character in the comic book, his name is Dark Spear is like his superhero name, but his name is Alex, and he has this power that he can, everything he thinks happen. So he has to control it, because if not, he'll destroy the world.
Out of all 6 books, do you have one that's your favorite?
Yeah, I Welcome Death.
I Welcome Death. What is that one about?
This guy, Marco, he killed himself because his son died of cancer. His daughter's like a street crack whore, and his wife wasn't cheated on him with his brother, so he couldn't take it anymore, so he killed himself. He wakes up in purgatory, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He wakes up and this big monster called Abraxas, he grabs a little kid that's crying and just smashes him with a hammer. And he's like, oh, you know what's going on? And then he finds like this monster's got 2 heads on it. Anyway, the point is, the whole storyline is that he finds a way to get out of purgatory with a lawyer. The lawyer's called the Book, and he's an asshole, but he's his friend. He helps him, and he has to go through all these different tests through purgatory to every gatekeeper, and he has to get their power. It's called the sigil, and it gets him branded into his skin. That's how he gets the power.
Okay.
The last, kind of like a video game, like the last boss is Lucifer, because he comes. Okay, so let me give you an example. One of the gatekeepers is a big, like 900-pound fat lady. Like she's got mouths all over her tummy, and he's got to get eaten by her to see if he survives. And he survives, and then she gives him the sigil of redemption. He gets it on his shoulder, and that protects him in hell or heaven, and he can go anywhere he wants. Then the other one, he's a big pig, and he's like a boxer, and he beats the crap out of him, bro. Like wrestling, he does wrestling moves. He punches, he breaks him in half, he eats him, and then he blows up. Then he comes from the inside and blows him up. And then when he comes out, he's got the power of absolution, which is a big like sigil on his chest that he shoots a big fucking like concentrated laser, like kind of like Iron Man's unibeam.
Yeah. But from his skin, it comes from that sigil. Is all of this that you're telling us in issue 1, or is this the whole series?
All in issue 1.
Damn.
And then in issue 2, and then one of the other tests, he has to choose who to give him another chance to life, either his son, his daughter, or his wife. Okay. Of course, he chose his son, but it wasn't a good idea, because then his son becomes an evil fucking entity that fights in Dark Daylight Day. Dude, the storyline is crazy, bro. I
like everything I'm hearing, man. So Do you kickstart any of your books, or do you fund them yourself?
I do it myself.
All right, where can people find out news about the next upcoming book?
I got a page on a Facebook page called Dark Daylight Day, and I welcome death for my comics. It's like got all the stuff in there and all that stuff. Right now, I'm taking a little break because I'm writing new stuff. I got like 4 different new comic books coming out. One called The Rig, one's called Poindexter. But the Poindexter is really funny. It's a cosplaying dude that an alien ship it had these crystals that fell to the earth, and it picked 3 people. He was one. So the powers that he get, every time he cosplays as somebody, he gets their power.
I like that.
One of the parts he only can cosplay as one of the female characters, so he dresses as a girl, dude. And then the bad guy is his mom.
That's different.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, and he's just a regular nerd with the glasses, the fat guy, with the beard that lives with his mom and shit. I just haven't finished it. I'll send you like the first probably 12 pages, and you tell me what you think about it. And then I got The Rig. The Rig is crazy, bro. The Rig, those rigs in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
It went dark for like 5 years, and all of a sudden it showed up again in the radar. So they send this team. That's where my wife is. She's like the nurse, like the main badass, and she got tattoos on her face and shit. And anyway, what happened is this: they were drilling, and when they drilled, there was a prison of an alien monster that they kept under the ocean. So they drilled and it escaped. But when it escaped, it was like, remember Terminator 2, the bad guy, like the liquid? He's kind of like that. But what it did was it killed everybody on the rig and it replaced all of them.
That's awesome.
When those people show up, none of those people are human. None of them. They act normally and they just don't know. So they go in the rig and they go underwater, like all the way. There's like a lab underwater, and underwater there's a doctor, and that doctor is the only one that looks human, but he's not a duplicate either. He's an alien. He's one of the aliens that crash landed underwater.
I like it. Are you gonna kickstart any of these books, or?
I think I might do The Rig, man. The Rig is a really good story.
Okay.
Okay. And did I send you War's All I Know? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, the red one. It's only red and black. Red, black, and white.
I gotta look.
Yeah, dude. That one is. That one. People read it and they get a lot of people get kind of mad or offended at it. But I think it's a good story, is because the kid got dropped off in front of a church, and he got, of course, he was an orphan, so they sent him to the church to be, they adopted him or whatever. But the priest fucking beat him up and raped the shit out of him, and he didn't like it. So when he grew up, because he got hit in the head, that's what it was. He got hit in the head, and he got, what monochromatic is?
Yeah.
He got hit in the head, and that's what happened. He only sees in red. That's why the comic is red and black, because that's the way he sees. He started working for the Department of Children to find out all the offenders, like the sexual offenders, and he goes and kills all of them. But he went crazy. But so his imagination, he has a little puppet that his name is Mr. Gigglesworth. and the more mad he gets, the more real Gigglesworth becomes. All so right. If he gets really pissed off, the one that does the killing is the puppet, not him.
Can other people see the puppet, or is the puppet just a figment of his imagination?
When he becomes real at the end, before they die, is when they see him.
Okay.
Most of the time, he's not. They can't see him.
All right.
Yeah. I told you my shit's crazy, man. I told you I write. I write.
I like it. Let's see. Yeah, you're here in the Fort Myers area with me also, right?
Yeah, I live in Punta Gorda.
Okay. Yeah, you're really close. Trying to
right now I'm Cape Coral. I'm sitting in a Burger King in Cape Coral.
All right. I guess, is there anything you want to say before we go?
I just want to say is that, man, that It doesn't matter what you do, in the comic book world, who you are, what you do, what you write, always be passionate about it. Don't be an asshole. Don't try to bring anybody down for what they do. And we're all in this shit together. It don't matter if it's the pandemic or whatever. Dude, I'm a very private person. Like, I really don't go out a lot and do a lot of stuff. But when I meet somebody, and it's worth it. It's cool. Like you, I met you a while ago, like 2 years ago, something like that, over the phone. You go to the same comic book store that I go over here next to the hospital. What's it called? That's something like that. It's the one that can't hear me.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I go to the same comic book that you go, the comic book store that you go to.
Okay.
The one that's next to the hospital in Cape Coral.
Yeah, we're not gonna say the name though.
No, I'm not saying the name. That's why I said the comic book store.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to that one. I go to that one too a lot, and they know me in there. I'm gonna actually had my comic books in there for a while, and it sold out like in a day or 2 days. People picked them up because I try to do the covers to be very attractive to people. And you'll be like, oh, what's that? But I don't do it a lot, man. I really don't. So if you're lucky enough to have one of the prints of my comic books, you're one of the lucky ones.
How many did you print of each?
I only printed 100 of each.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. And they're all signed. And I saw one on eBay for like $300.
Damn.
Yeah. I didn't even know. I don't write it for that. I just write it because I like to, and it's good therapy for me. I write all this crazy stuff. And it's good therapy for me. It's good. And and I'm writing, man. I'm always writing stuff. It's like nonstop, always writing. I got another one called King's Highway, and there's like, in the future, there's restaurants of human meat, and they hunt each other, they sell the meat for everybody. It's just, I'm telling you, man, I got some crazy stuff.
All right, where would be the best place for you or where do you want people to follow you to get news about when you're dropping your next book?
They can go to my Facebook, my personal one. It's
Okay.
you go to I gotta spell it. Just look up my name as Benito. It's Benito, and then Horror Show, and then Andino. It's Andino.
All right, I'll put it down in the description so y'all can just click the link and make it easier. Well, I guess we're gonna go for now. I appreciate you taking the time to come talk with us.
No problem, bro. Nice. Finally had the interview. I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's worth it, man. It's worth it.
What? You mean you haven't subscribed to Comicchatauthority? Oh, come on. Subscribe already. What are you waiting for? It's no big deal. Like, man, don't forget to tell him to hit that like button. Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.